So this is going to be my first video, and let me know if you like them and I can make some more. You should have gone over this today. This is 711. I'll just go over some of the beginning examples, so question 1a and 1h. So if we look at that first example, 2 to the power of k equals 512, you might want to look at your calculator and just guess and check the answer. So 2, and if you put a power in, you might want to guess it. So 2 to the power of 10 is 1024, so I'll go down 1. 2 to the power of 9. So 9 is going to be my answer from looking at this, at the calculator guess and check method. But what you can do, and you'll see why for 1h, is we can use logarithms. So if we take log of each side, log of 2k equals log of 512. And when I just write log, I mean log base 10. But on your calculator, when you press log, it automatically registers as base 10. And that's because our number system is a base 10 system. So if we take, coming back here, if we take log of both sides, we know one of the rules is when we have a power, we can drop it to the front. So k log 2 equals log 512. To get k by itself, log 2 is timesing by k, so when I move this log 2 over, I'm going to divide. So k is going to be log 512 over log 2. And if we put that on the calculator, we should get 9. I lost my calculator. So fraction log 512 over log 2, we get 9. Beautiful. That's a long process to come up with an answer that we could have guessed and checked. But if we look over to the right side, it's going to be very difficult to guess and check the number for n to find 6 to the power of something here equals 1 over 216 root 6. So we're going to have to use this log method. What I will point out before we start is on the right side, 1 over 216 root 6, because we have 1 as a numerator and the rest as a denominator, we know from our index laws that this is the same thing. Having a negative power, because there's no power to the denominator, that's why it's just 1. But having a negative power puts it all as a fraction. So we'll keep that in mind when we go through this example. So I'm going to take log of both sides again. And what I'll do here is instead of writing 1 over 216 root 6, I'm going to write this here on the right. 216 root 6 to the power of negative 1. Because now when I drop my powers on both sides, I'm going to drop the powers to the front. I'm going to have n minus 2 log 6 on this side. I'm going to have negative 1, or just negative log 216 root 6. Okay, so anytime you see a fraction with 1 on top, no powers down the bottom, rewrite it with the power of negative 1. Now, we want to get n minus 2 by itself, so I'm going to move the log 6 over to the right side, and I'll divide on both sides. So n minus 2 equals negative log 216 root 6 over log 6. So everything there stayed, move the log 6 to the bottom. We can put that on the calculator. So fraction negative log 216 root 6, close the bracket. Check that your brackets are right as you're doing this, because that will come up with a syntax error otherwise. And we get negative 7 over 2. So that's n minus 2 equals negative 7 over 2. But to get n by itself, the last step is going to be to move this negative 2 to the other side. And when we move it to the other side, it's going to be positive 2. So if we come back to our calculator and we plus 2, we get negative 3 over 2. And checking the back of the book, it could also equal negative 1.5 because they're the same thing. And that's it.